Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations, Prosecutor's Path. Before we start, I'm just going to go ahead and re-clarify my knowledge of this particular game again, because I think some people are kind of misunderstanding my approach on doing these Let's Plays in particular, and why, in a sense, I know a lot of stuff about these things beforehand I do these things. First of all, I'm pretty sure you guys are aware, I enjoy making silly voices to these things, and I find that it gives the game a little bit more character that I'm, pretending I'm playing these characters to the best of my abilities. In that sense, I generally like to go and watch or play through the game at least once just to get a good understanding of the characters before I go into doing them. So yeah, it's a little unorthodox as a Let's Play in general just because I'm not going into it completely blind. But I find that it helps for me, at least because my goal is to read stuff off of these things while I'm playing the game. And for this particular type of game, I find that it slows things down when I am stuck on something and I have to, keep pressing on the same things over and over again until I get the answers, That's just how I choose to do this. Now, my general knowledge of this game is I've never played the fan translation. This is the first time I'm doing it. I have watched another translation of this game, not done by the same people. If you want to see that translation in particular, their account is Dowolf. I'll put a link somewhere on this thing later on while we're doing this. But I've watched the entire Ace Attorney Investigations watching their page. So yes, I do know a couple things. No, I don't know how they're translating all this stuff in this particular version of it. Alright? But I have enough knowledge to at least just understand what these characters I'm going to be dealing with in this particular game. So, with that aside, I'm going to go ahead and continue this. It is totally okay if you do not like how I do these Let's Plays. Honestly, I'm contemplating about changing it into something called Let's Narrate, considering I like to read stuff while I'm doing it. But I figure I'd just clarify that again before I start doing this again. So, let's continue on. Last I checked, we were just talking to Mr. John Doe, who's not really John Doe. But anyway, alright. Let me see what we are on here. We just listened to him talk, I'm assuming? Looks like it anyway. Alright. Okay, I guess we are pressing it. let me just reread this stuff again, because okay, so let me see if I can try to remember this. So Edgeworth is saying he's the assassin because that raincoat was his, and I think John Doe was arguing that was he the only person with the red raincoat. So that's our hint for that thing. So, okay. Alright, let's try this again. Come on, guys, finish talking. I'm no assassin, I'm just a simple salesman. All I did was put on that raincoat and listen to the president's speech. Let's press on this. So the bodyguards reacted before the gunshots went off. Yes, the bodyguards moved first. The one on the left side of the stage is in particular. Left side. You saw it all quite clearly. I have good eyesight. The names are written on the upper left of the security plan. The bodyguard on the left side would be Mr. Rook? That is correct. Mr. Ethan Rook, I believe. Perhaps he noticed the light from the laser pointer. That man is no ordinary individual. From their actions, I don't believe that the bodyguards were amateurs. This man isn't an ordinary individual either. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. The man on the left side of the stage was exceptionally quick. A Mr. Ethan Rook, as I recall. Alright, something doesn't seem right about that. So let's present the actual plans themselves.
Objection!
Nope, this key... Is my mouse showing on this thing? No? Good. It seems you aren't just a simple ice cream salesman after all. You think too highly of me, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Why would a simple ice cream salesman know the name of the president's bodyguard? Oh, snap. The name of the bodyguard? Surely you jest. Didn't you say their names just a moment ago? Mr. Knightley and Mr. Rook, correct?
Objection!
Yeah, but I don't think we ever mentioned a first name. This is a diagram of the security plans. We've learnt their names from this. However, please look. Only their surnames are written here. Oh! You distinctly said Ethan Rook. How did you know his full name when we did not? That's pretty weird, sir! Why do you know his name? Explain yourself. That was merely a slip of the tongue. It's true! This guy is the assassin! Young lady, you're being a little hasty. The reason I knew his name is quite simple. What? I am an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's. What? He and I have a bit of a connection. He is a name that I will never forget. Mr. Edgeworth, he's just telling a big fat lie! This is not a lie. I am just a simple ice cream salesman. And an acquaintance of Ethan Rook's. That's way too coincidental. Also, this music is awesome! In that case, let's just ask Rook himself about this. Whether or not he's acquainted with this dubious ice cream salesman. As you wish. However, that may prove difficult now. He is currently busy with the president's security, after all. Besides, even if I am not an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's, does that prove that I'm fired the gun? If you aren't the assassin, then why did you remove your raincoat? It was a little hot, and the rain had stopped. I still can't find a voice for Doe. I wanted to air out the wound. Is there a problem with that? Should give him like a British accent, I guess? I just can't seem to corner him. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing? Hurry up and arrest him! That man's so suspicious I'd even arrest him myself! Arrest him without evidence? How could I do such a thing? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? Breaking news! The criminal is on the verge of escaping the prosecutor! Oh dear, they're already treating me like a criminal. I understand. Since I've been suspected this far, it seems I will have to tell the truth. The truth? What is he up to? I saw another person wearing a red hood. What? Surely that was the person who was in the photo. I first noticed him right before the speech when it was still raining. Caught my eye because his raincoat was the same color as mine. In his hand, I saw a laser pointer with the light aimed directly at the president. Can't be. There was another person wearing a red hood? He did hint that earlier. I knew that if I wore the red raincoat, I'd be mistaken for the assassin. That is why I took off the raincoat.
Objection!
You saw an assassin wearing the same color hood as yours. Wouldn't that be a nice coincidence? That's what I expected you would say, which is why I did not testify as such. prosecutors and the police are a suspicious lot. I knew that nobody would believe me. At the moment of the incident, the assassin was very close to the prosecutor. Prosecutor? I only arrived after the incident. Not you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. That prosecutor over there.
Huh? Me?
Yes, you should be visible in that photo. Here, right in front of the person in the red hood.
That's me, alright. What's your point?
What's this man driving at? I have been observing your investigation this entire time, Prosecutor Edgeworth, and I have noticed something strange. Something strange. It seems you still haven't noticed this contradiction yet. A contradiction? In this photo... Oh, that's okay.
In this photo, the people who can be seen are the chief, Mr. Payne, and the assassin. I don't see anything strange.
Please think back carefully about the circumstances during the president's speech. I believe you are holding the evidence that contradicts this photo. Do I have evidence that contradicts this photo? Yeah! Well, if I pick this, I think we can also guess who we're suspecting now, considering what was being heard on this recorder and who was recording it.
Take that!
It can't be. There's a contradiction between the photo and the tape. It seems you've noticed.
Mr. Edgeworth, what's going on?
There's a person missing from this photograph.
Huh? Who is it?
Yes, it's rather strange. Someone who should be there, but is not. The person who should be in this photo is... Nicole Swift.
Take that!
Oh dear.
Huh?
Miss Swift?
Why would you say that?
Mr. Payne's voice was recorded on Miss Swift's tape. He was whispering quietly with the chief prosecutor.
Those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was two older men. They kept on whispering to each other.
It seems Miss Swift was near Mr. Payne when she recorded the speech.
But she isn't anywhere in this photo.
That is correct. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, who is the one you should be pursuing? Nicole Swift, would you mind giving us your testimony?
Come on, it feels weird when you talk all formal like that. It's fine. I ain't got nothing to hide.
People who say that mean they have something to hide, usually in this game.
Ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording. I was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording. So quit making that scary face. Ain't what you think.
Swift, please. I really like you. Miss Swift's tape recorded a conversation between my colleagues, Mr. Payne and the chief prosecutor.
Why would Nicole be lying? That would mean...
It'd mean Nicole Swift is the assassin, pal!
You gotta be kidding me. I ain't done nothing like that.
Be that as it may, however, there is a contradiction in your testimony.
Huh? I don't reckon so. No, sir.
It appears I must reveal this contradiction with evidence. Alright, here we go. Alright, so, let's present Nicole's tape recorder about, I reckon this picture must have been taken when she wasn't there, which doesn't make any sense because if you listen to the recording, it sounds like she was sitting there the whole time. So let's start with that.
Objection!
Miss Swift, a reporter shouldn't lie.
I ain't lying. I'm an honest journalist.
Perhaps, but there's no denying that the photo and the recording were taken at the same time.
That's so? And what makes you say that?
The truth lies in these photos. This photo could only have been taken at the same time as your recording. Which spot shows that this was taken at the same time as the recording? I think I have to pick Mr. I forgot his name already. So let's pick him.
Take that!
Can you see the president with his fist raised in the air?
What about it?
Miss Swift, might we hear your tape one more time?
Nuh-uh, you ain't gonna hear what? Way you been treating me?
Would you rather we charge you with obstruction of justice and seize it from you?
Fine, you win. I'm no match for you, Mr. Prosecutor.
The question is, during which part of his speech did the president raise his fist? No matter what sort of heinous criminal organization there is, I will not allow them to exist.
The president raised his fist in the air, the atmosphere's boiling to a fever pitch.
Aha! Raised his fist straight from the horse's mouth, sir! This tape was recorded at the moment of the president's raise his fist overhead.
Then that means Nicole not being in this photo is really strange.
Oh, but she is in the photo. Right here. The person in the red hood. It was you, Nicole Swift.
Ah!
Oh, fuck. No, not Nicole. You're such a sweetie. You're the real assassin, aren't you, pal?
That ain't so. I ain't never worn that red raincoat.
This red raincoat in question belongs to... well, that raincoat at least belongs to John. The raincoat's owner is Mr. Doe. That much has been proven. You were wearing something else. A different red hood. Remember that she had a parka? You mean there were two red hoodies, sir? Mr. Doe's last testimony was true.
But we didn't find any other red raincoats.
What Mr. Doe saw was a red hood, not a raincoat. Miss Swift, what was it you told us earlier about your parka?
Oh, you mean when I said I ain't worried about it getting all dirty? It's reversible, so all I gotta do is turn it inside out and... Oh!
Oh, God. As I thought.
Mr. Edgeworth, the inside of her parka is red!
Indeed, and during the incident she was using that side. What? Hey, pal, what's the big idea?
You're wrong, I've been wearing it like this the whole day.
Well then, will you allow me to examine your parka?
Oh, what are you expecting to find?
We know it was raining prior to the president's speech. I believe you said earlier.
Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka.
If you really didn't turn your parka inside out, then the inside should be dry.
Oh, hang on a minute. I ain't taking off this heavy backpack and putting it back on again. Sorry, but can't we do this another time?
You think you can fool Mr. Edgeworth with that, pal? Alright then, pal, if we're really wrong, prove it. Show us the inside of the parka.
It wasn't me. I ain't no assassin.
Miss Swift, if you want me to believe that, then you need to cooperate with us. Will you please tell us why you wore the red side of the parka?
I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I had my reasons. Honest. I'll tell you all everything. Just quit bullying me.
Hold it! I don't know who said that. Whose voice was that? I don't know. Good question. Oh, wait, I think I know what it is. Hold on a sec. It's a little too early for the end game. That's right, it's him. That guy, I don't remember his name. It's either Rook or the other guy. Knightley or something. Hey, you in the fancy suit. Haven't you been jumping the gun ever since you are opening move? This man was in Kay's photo. Whoa, I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is... Quicksilver. Can I have a gif of that? Horace Knightley, the president's bodyguard. Second in command of his personal security unit. Ah! Watch it, pal. That's not a toy. Whoa, my bad. She just wants to come out and play. I can't seem to help it. Why do you have a gun if you're not a police officer? She's a lady of Zhang Fa. Only the president's bodyguards are authorized to use it. Anyway, back to business. I've got some news for you. There's good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first? It makes no difference to me. Do as you wish. You sure? I'm giving you the first move. Alright, I got you. I'll start with my pawn. It seems you enjoy chess. You play too, Mr. Fansuit? It's Edgeworth, and I do have a fondness for chess. Is that so? Well then, Chess Master Edgeworth, I'll start with the good news. The president's safe. Not even a scratch on him. Really? That's great, pal! It seems that the young lady was not a murderer after all.
Good for you, Nicole! But I...
Whoa there, don't forget, there's still the bad news. The president is safe because his bodyguards protected him. Actually, I had nothing to do with it. It was the leader who protected him. At the cost of his own life. That would be the other bodyguard. Rook, was it? Yeah, that's right. Rook died to protect the president. What? Is that so? Rook is dead. What a shame.
That means, Nicole...
It means that the little lady killed him, my brother in arms.
That ain't true! I ain't a murderer!
Whoa there, pop down, little Miss Murderer. Geez, even if we had to make a sacrifice to protect the king, it was a pretty bad move, that castling. Sacrifices and castles? What's he talking about, sir? Did you say castling or castles? I must have misread something. They're all chess terms. He's saying Rook's life was exchanged for the president's. This guy sure talks funny, sir. Horace Knightley, was it? What do you want? I'd like to examine the victim's body as soon as possible. And if it's possible, I'd like to question the president. Sorry, but I can't let you do that. What? I got another piece of news for you, and this one's a doozy. There's another piece of news? From here on out, this investigation will be handled by the Zhang Fa police. What? What's going on, pal? This case is under our jurisdiction. You have no right to interfere. You're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? The president knows about you solving the Yatagarasu case. I'm honored. That's why the chief prosecutor designated you to be in charge of the case. It seems the chief prosecutor made a little appeal to the president. But it looks like you're the wrong guy for the job. I didn't know you'd have this kind of reaction. It's the president's orders. If you oppose, you'll cause an international incident. Capiche? Well, shit. Hey, little lady, get over here. We'll continue your questioning inside the president's plane.
No! I didn't do nothing!
Hey now, don't be a baby. You scared of a little Zhang Fa justice?
Mr. Prosecutor, please! Please help me!
Miss Swith? It's clear that Miss Swith was the person in the red hood. However, that doesn't mean that the whole truth has been revealed.
I really didn't do it! Please believe me!
Is it really alright for it to end this way? No! All I see is a girl with eyes full of fear, pleading for help. Certainly not someone who's committed a heinous crime. If I stand aside now and do nothing, the truth will be lost to the darkness. I don't know who said that. Yeah! Eh? What? What? What the? You? Oh, oh God! Silence. What the is an impolite way to greet someone. Your neck injury has yet to heal, and you've already forgotten. No, not you. Not now. It seems you've remembered. Hey, what are you doing? Cut it out, pal. You've got some nerve to do that right in front of a detective and a prosecutor. Stop! Stay out of this. He's out of your league.
Mr. Doe, what on earth? Who on earth are you?
I am not merely a simple ice cream salesman. He's a professional assassin. His name is Shelly the Killer. Shelly the Killer? Oop, I messed that up. There's no one in law enforcement who doesn't know the name the Killer. An assassin who's carried out any request without fail. He was once involved in a case I handled. It's been a while, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although, I do believe this is our first face-to-face meeting. The real assassin was you all along. That is correct. I received a request from a key individual to take the president's life. I should have seen his face before in the case files. Curses, I was careless. I am glad I hid a knife inside my bandage before I entered the park, even though my calculations were a little off. Knife? Not a gun? Now, Mr. Knightley, shall we play that game you love so much? Of course, the stakes will be your life. What are your demands? I want you to relinquish investigative authority back to Prosecutor Edgeworth. Investigative authority? What are you playing at? I simply want you to allow Edgeworth to continue his investigation.
Huh? Why do you want that?
Rook is an opponent who is connected to me by fate. I would like to discover the truth about his death. When that man died, the investigative authority was transferred to you. I am simply asking you to give it back to this prosecutor. With your life at stake, this really isn't the time to be stubborn. Why, you're just using the investigation to get close to the president. And what if I am? Indeed, in order to continue the investigation, it is necessary that we enter the president's plan. As the leader of the president's bodyguards, I won't allow it. Oh, I thought you were only second in command. Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge. I'm not sure if you are as capable as Rook was. What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now. Very well. In that case, please exercise judgment befitting of a leader. You can lose your life here, needlessly, or will you allow the investigation to continue? Ugh. He's using the investigation as an excuse. Why would he go to all that trouble? What is this man thinking? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I trust you have no objections. Let us continue the investigation. Morally, Edgeworth would be completely against this. Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do, sir? For now, we have no choice but to accept his proposal. At least, we'll be able to investigate. But, listen well, detective. Oh, we're gonna have to finish this soon. I'll use the investigation to buy us time. Meanwhile, gather up all your men. Surround the president's plane so that he can't escape. Right, roger that, sir. To be continued. Okay, actually, well, there we go. We can just stop right there. Yes, we're going to save the game. As soon as I figure out the audit, everything went out pretty well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, and if this sounds really weird, this recording in particular is because I'm kind of off-site. I'm at a con recording. Hey, I had free internet, so why the heck not? So, see you guys later.